मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविराविर्मयेधि वेदस्य माणिस्तः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासीः अनेनाधीतेन अहोरात्रान् सन्दधामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। Invoking God's grace and blessings of Bhagavatpad Adi Shankaracharyaji and Pujya Gurudev. Today we begin a new text. Its name is Drig, Dirshya, Viveka. I am thankful to our Swamiji, Swami Sharadanandji, who has given me this opportunity to discuss this text with you. I will not say that I have come here to teach you, but actually together we will reflect upon this beautiful text. You are very lucky that you have got Swamiji as your Acharya. He is very loving, very kind, very learned. He knows Sanskrit and pujas, rituals. Similarly, Brahmachari Veda Chaitanya, Upacharya, is also very learned. So you are all very fortunate to have them as your Acharya and Upacharya. And place itself is divine. You are selected by God, I feel, because Manushyanam Sahasreshu Kaschit Yadadi Siddhaya. Very rare one, very few people get chance to listen Vedanta in such a beautiful divine atmosphere. As Kathopanishad Shruti says, Sravanayapi Bahubhir Yona Labhya. All people don't get chance to listen to this nectarian knowledge. So you utilize this opportunity to the maximum. You have been studying different texts of Vedanta. Many Prakarana Granthas already you have studied. Now in this 8 or 9 days, we are going to discuss a very beautiful, profound text called Drig, Dirshya, Viveka. Author of this text is, they say, Adi Shankaracharyaji. But some people have strong opinion that this is the work of Vidyaranya Swamiji. There is a difference of opinion about authorship. But we have to focus upon the content, Vishaya. All of you know about Adi Shankaracharyaji, his life. But you may not have heard about Vidyaranya Swamiji. So in one of the satsang tomorrow or whenever I get chance, I will tell you more about Vidyaranya Swamiji. Vidyaranya means forest of knowledge. He was great scholar and he was polymath. They are called as polymath. One who is master of different branches of knowledge is called as polymath. So Vidyaranya Swamiji knew Vyakarana, all schools of philosophy, Navadarshan. He knew Ayurveda. He was master of Jyotish. So really, he was Vidyaranya. Therefore, one verse is there where it is said, Sahi Sarvajna Madhava. He is Sarvajna. Pre-monastic name of Vidyaranya Swamiji was Madhava. So we will discuss more about him. Since there is the opinion that this book has been written by him, so we must think about him also. But Pujya Guruji writes, or he is of the opinion that it is written by Adi Shankara. Both of them, they are master of Vedanta. So we must think about both of them. Now, the name of this book is Drig, Dirshya, Viveka. Drig means seer and Dirshya means seen and Viveka means discrimination, separation. Vivek word comes from Vichir Prathak Bhave, this dhatu. You are studying Sanskrit also, no? Difficult. They say Sanskritam Sankatam. Because we try to remember, one day we remember, next day everything is evaporated. But anyway, at least you are getting taste of it. So, in Sanskrit, each word is coined from a dhatu, root. So, Vichir Prathak Bhave, from that Vivek word comes. So, separation of seer and seen has been discussed here. More we will come to this point. Here, the first question is, why we should discriminate, why we should separate this seer from seen? What is the need? Therefore, in Sanskrit, there is one statement, I think you must have heard that statement many times, Prayojanam anuddishya mandopina pravartate. Prayojanam anuddishya mandopi na pravartate. Meaning, without any purpose, is without thinking of any purpose, nobody does anything. Nobody takes up any job, nobody takes up any inquiry. For everything you must have some prayojanam. Result, what will I get? So if I study Drig, Dirshya, Viveka, what will I get? This is the question. Why should we study? Prayojanam should be very clear. If prayojanam is clear, then we will have an interest in doing that. If prayojan is not very clear, then why am I doing? If that is not clear, then I will not put forth my effort in that activity. So prayojanam has to be understood. Now when we look at our life, see this point you already have studied many times. Whatever we are doing, it is only meant for getting more happiness. Happiness is the purpose of all activity. Whatever I am doing, finally what I want? Happiness. Sukham me bhuyat. Dukkham me ma bhuyat. Nobody wants to be unhappy, sorrowful. Nobody wants tension, stress. Big, conferences, they are organized, and the heading is stress-free life, how to live. How can we get rid of this tension and stress? One person organized that, but nobody came. So he got stressed. Freely he got stressed without paying anything. So we want a peaceful, contented and happy life. So when somebody asks why, so answer is to get happiness. When we talk with all youngsters and when we tell them you must go to temple, you must do some prayer, so they have got this question, why? Therefore Chinmay Mission has brought out one book. Why do we do? When I gave that book to one person, he said, why should I read it? On that also he asked question, why? So unless that mind is satisfied, nobody does anything. So happiness is the purpose, goal, result. When we say that you should chant this stotra or hymn, so people ask first thing, what is the phalashruti? If I get more, prosperity, money, wealth, bahuputra labham, dhanam dhanyam. Yes, then I will read it or study it. Sankatakate mite savapira, Phalashruti of Hanuman Chalisa. So phalam, if interesting, then only we study or we do. So the purpose is happiness. There is no doubt about it. See, all of you, you are studying here, spending time here, you are getting that joy. Otherwise, you would not have come here and study. You would have left long back. So that fulfillment is there. You are getting new ideas, thoughts, and that results in more peace and joy. So this is the prayojan. Now about happiness also, everybody wants permanent happiness. That is second point. Not only happiness or joy, but that should be everlasting, eternal. Temporary happiness, anyway, we are getting outside world. If I eat something, oh, wow, so nice. If I see something, TV, happy. But that happiness is very momentary, not lasting for more than few hours or few minutes. But my desire is to get permanent happiness. Sarvatra, sarvada. Paramananda. You must have heard that statement. Paramananda prapti dukkhasya nivrutti. Atyantik nivrutti. Guruji always says beautifully, he says, Paramananda means what? It is short form of permanent ananda. Permanent ananda becomes Paramananda. So at one hand we want eternal happiness, other hand end of all sorrows. This is our demand and this is natural desire. Swabhavik Ichcha it is called. There are few desires which are, from the childhood we have got. From the birth only we have got. Swabhavik Ichcha. Like everybody wants to be free. Bondage nobody wants. Bandhana nivrutti. Then nobody wants to die. Everybody wants to become amritattvam icchanti. Immortal. Another thing, nobody wants unhappiness, dukkham. So I want to become sat, I want to get more happiness. Then I don't want to remain an ignorant person. I feel insulted if somebody, says you don't know anything. Meaning what? I want knowledge. This is all natural desire. Not learned from outside, Otherwise, there are other types of desire. They are called naimittik ichcha. What is called naimittik? Because of something. Because I saw he has got iPhone. So now the desire came. I also should have this. He has got iPad, so I also have. The father said, but I paid, You want iPad, but who will pay? So these desires were not there from the childhood. When I saw, then only. That is called naimittik ichcha. But sukhasya ichcha, it is always there. Inborn, that is called. Sahaja ichchas. Janmana saha. So now, how can these desires will be fulfilled? That is the point here. What we are trying to get all these desires fulfilled? Now, since you have studied so many texts, so you know, these are introductory talk only. So we go on trying different things to get permanent happiness. We got only temporary happiness. See, we want permanent house, permanent job. If we are traveling in the train in India, we want permanent seat. Not RAC or anything, no? Temporarily. Everything we want permanent. One person got permanent job in temporary bank. Bank was only for 4 days. The boss said, from today you are appointed permanent job. Now this world is like, temporary bank, and we want permanent happiness from that. There is one verse in Sanskrit, Ye dhruvani parityajya adhruvam parisevate. ye dhruvani parityajya adhruvam parisevate dhruvani tasya nashyanti adhruvam nashtamevacha. Beautiful verse. The meaning of this verse is, those who give up dhruva means permanent thing. Ye dhruvani parityajanti adhruvam parisevate. They run after temporary things. Giving up permanent thing, running after impermanent thing. What happens to their life? It is said, Dhruvani tasya nashyanti. They don't get permanent joy. Dhruvani tasya nashyanti. And adhruvam nashtamevacha. Impermanent thing is already perishable. So, intelligent person, he doesn't give up permanent thing. If he wants permanent happiness, he should try to get that permanent. What is nitya in this world? He should search for that. So what is Shashvatam? What is Nitya? Which was there, which is there, which will be there. Trikalepi tishtati iti sat. So now this is our actually desire. This is our goal, purpose. Now those people who don't know this, they go on trying to get happiness from impermanent thing. That will never happen. They think more money, more happiness. Their formula is happiness is directly proportional to money. But actually this rule or this formula doesn't work in the outside. There are many millionaire, billionaire, but they are not happy. Therefore in Bhaja Govindam, Bhagavan Shankaracharyaji says, Artham anarthama bhavaya nityam nasti tata sukhalesha satyam putradapi dhana bhajam bhiti sarvatraisha veta riti. You must have studied this, Bhaja Govinda. So the one word for money is what? Artha. One meaning of artha is meaning, you know. Artha. Artha has got many meaning. Artha has got many artha. Earth means thing also, earth means goal also. So one meaning of earth is money. But what Shankaracharya says, artham anartham bhavaya nityam. Every day you think, every day you reflect on the nature of this money. Money brings lot of problems. Even family members, they argue, they get separated because of this money only. So money is the cause of all sankatam. So money cannot be the means to get more happiness. Otherwise, all moneyed rich people will be happy. Some people think that more comforts, more happiness. Have you heard about that person? Earlier he did not have any comfort and he was unhappy. So somebody said, "How are you?" He said, "I am unhappy and I don't have any comfort." So other person said, "Okay, you must get more comfort, then you will be unhappy." AC, fan, TV, all these gadgets. So he bought all that. Now that other person asks, "How are you now? Do you feel the difference between earlier your condition and now?" He beautifully answers. He says, "Earlier I was unhappy, uncomfortably unhappy, now comfortably unhappy." Unhappiness remained. Earlier I was crying in a normal hut or cottage, but now I am sitting in the AC room, but still crying. So external thing cannot bring happiness. This is the experience of all people. Some people feel that because of, these planets, I am getting all kinds of problems, sufferings. So they go to astrologer. One astrologer says that you got no chance, for 7.5 years. Planets are not favorable to you. What they call? Sade Sati, in this. For 7.5 years, you have to go through all difficulty. He said, okay, after 7.5 years, you will be used to it, he said. So some graha is always, unhappy or not favorable. Sometimes Mangala, sometimes, Venus, sometimes Shani. So people, feel that because of this, because of that. External causes, this. One person said because of, this Vastu Shastra people. They say all problem is due to this window. It is in wrong direction. So they break entire, they build new things. Achha, all of these things work, no doubt. But that is not the permanent solution. It is like symptomatic treatment, The root cause is not removed by this. Therefore, our scripture, they say, okay, you can go on trying and you will get happiness, you will get peace of mind. But again, the real happiness you will not get. If you get real happiness or joy, then unhappiness, sorrow, they should not come. But again they are coming means I have not got that real thing. Like Guruji says, that if a room, there is a darkness in the room. And one person said, Prakash has come, Prakash has come. But still darkness is there. It means real Prakash has not come. One person has come whose name is Prakash. Real light didn't come. Very nice example. So similarly, if dukkha is there and that unfulfillment, dissatisfaction is there, it means I am not getting the thing which is of the nature of happiness. So our scripture says, now this Drig Dirshya Vivek will teach you or will guide you to achieve that thing. Problems are not due to some external thing. The problem lies within, not without. So solution we have to search inside only. Like Kabir Das ji says in one of his bhajans, Atma Rama ki khabar न जानी, मथुरा जाए चाहे काशी. You have not seen yourself and you are searching everywhere. Where problem is there, solution is there. Like you must have heard the story of that, elderly woman, that old woman. There was one woman, she was searching under the street light. People were asking her, what you are searching? He said, I have lost my needle. Oh, where did you lose that? He said, in my hut. Then why are you searching here? No, here light is there. No? So if she searches for years together, she will not get it. Similarly, we are trying to get solution from outside world. So our scripture says no, you have to go within, you have to do antarmukhi, you will have to. So this Drig Dirshya Vivek, definitely will help in this area. And finally we will come to know, oh, this is the solution. Our scripture says, avichara, you must know this, complete it, avichara. Swamiji, you just go on speaking, don't ask any question. Avichara kruto bandha vicharena nivartate. All the bondages, all the problems, suffering, they are because of either not thinking properly or wrong thinking. Avichara has got both the meaning. Now, how to do vichar? Most difficult thing in this world is how to think. Please think about it, okay? Thinking about thinking, difficult. How to think? In Drig Dirshya Vivek, Vidyaranya Swamiji gives beautiful, a way how to think, how step by step we must reflect upon, ourselves and reach to God. The speciality of Vidyaranya Swamiji is very logical. Very logical thinking. According to this Drig Dirshya Vivek, Vidyaranya Swamiji says, since we have not done Vivek, we have committed a mistake. And that mistake is, we consider Drashta is Dirshya and Dirshya is Drashta. We consider ourselves as body, which is actually Dirshya, which is seen. But seen became seer. So they got mixed up. So we have to separate that. Now how to separate? That he will guide us. Now here, this text starts from the known and takes us to unknown. There is one line in Sanskrit, it is said, prasiddha anuvadena aprasiddham nirupanayam iti. From known to unknown, this is the journey. Prasiddham is known, aprasiddham unknown. Where we are standing, from there only we start our journey. So in this book, we will see Rupam Drishyam, that is the first thing. So we are seeing this world. From world, he takes us to that tattva, to that truth, which is beyond this world. So this is the journey. Now, before going into that, somebody may ask that who is the qualified student, for studying this book? Adhikari Prakaran always comes. Now, I think by this time Anubandha Chatushtaya. Prayojanam already I have told you. Then second point comes Adhikari. So who is Adhikari? Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampanna, they say. But in layman's language, who is Adhikari? Because he doesn't know what is Sadhana Chatushtaya. He knows only Dhan, he doesn't know Sadhan. So they say, there are 4 types of people in this society. 4 categories have been made. First is called Pamara. Pamar means, one who is fully indulged in all kinds of negative things. Sinner, who has no faith in God, by looting, plundering, he wants to acquire more money and wealth. So this is the lowest state of a person. Palmer. So naturally Palmer is not adhikari. He has no interest in this. Second is Vishayi. Vishayi means a person who is not developed dispassion fully, but definitely he is not a sinner. He wants all sense objects, pleasures, etc., but by legitimate means, by right way, by right action he is doing. He is called Vishayi. He wants Vishaya. By performing action, he gets that. Generally, people are Vishayi. 95% of people are of these societies. They are not fully viragi, dispassionate, nor fully engaged in all, pap and all that. They are like, they want world also, at the same time spirituality also. 2 hours spirituality is okay, but remaining 22 hours. In Hindi they say Bhi Siddhant. Bhi means also. I don't want only spirituality, but I want world also. So there are many people, most of the people. So they Vishayi, definitely better than Palmer. And the third is called Sadhaka or Mumukshu, Jitnyasu. One who has got this burning desire to know truth, because he has tried all the things but he is not satisfied. Like you have studied Mundakopanishad, it is going on, Mundakopanishad. There is one verse, I don't know you have reached up to that point or not. Parikshalokan karmachitan brahmana nirvedamayat nastya kritak kritena. Having examined all the things, I come to know that I will not get happiness. Krutena, I will not get akruta. By action, I will not get that permanent happiness or moksha, which is akrut, which is not a result of any action. It is permanent, eternal. So when the person comes to realize this, then he changes the direction. Nachiketa is an example. Arjuna. Then in again Mundakopanishad, Shaunako Havai Mahashala, Vidivad Upasanna Papracha, Angirasam. And what question he asks? Kasminnu Bhagavo Vidnyate Sarvamidam Vidnyatam Bhavati. So he is a qualified student. He is the Mumukshu Arasita. Mokshu me bhuyat iti ichha, no other desire. So this is called sadhaka. Sometimes I call sadhaka. Who is sadhaka? So who is not badhaka? Who is not obstacle for his own, development, and one who doesn't become obstacle for other person also. So he is a seeker. So sadhaka or mumukshu is the third type of person in this society. And the fourth one is siddha. Siddha means awakened, realized person. Jidnyasu only becomes finally siddha. So this is the graph, how we progress. From Palmer to Vishayi, Vishayi to Sadhak, Sadhak to Siddha. There are different, ways we can divide whole society. One saint said that there are 4 types of people. First type of person is like going from darkness to darkness. There are people who are born with all negativities, and they are going toward more negativity. So that is called darkness to darkness. Some people, they are born in a nice family, very good atmosphere, everything is good. Light is there as though. But because of their, addictions and all that, wrong habits, they go to darkness. From light to darkness. And there are people, third type of people, they are going from light to light. Born with all qualities, nice characteristics, qualifications. Family atmosphere is also very good. Very conducive for, spiritual sadhana. So they capture this, they utilize that opportunity and develop. Like all yoga bhrashta, you must have heard in 6th chapter. In previous birth they have done and they are born in such a nice family. Athava yoginam eva kule bhavati dhimatam shuchinam srimatam ge yoga bhrashto vijayate. So they go from light to light, like Ramana Maharshi, like, born yogi, you can say. Like Ramakrishna Paramans. In our Upanishad, name of different Rishis come. Vamadev Rishi, Kapila Muni. So these are, great people. And the fourth one is, they are born in a not very favorable situation, but by their, sadhana, they developed. So they go from darkness to light. So they are like, seekers. They are real jigyasu mukshu. If you have studied many, life of many saints, you will come to know that they were very poor, very difficult situation, but in that only they did tapas and they reached to the top. So such seeker, my point is, they are the adhikari for this. Not siddha, not palmer, not vishayi. Guruji also in his commentary has given. Like in Vivek Chudamani, there is one verse. Dehoham itteva jalasya buddhi. Those people who say that Deha is me only. They don't see beyond this body. So they are not the adhikari. But the mediocre, middle one, jivecha dehecha. You have not studied now Vivek Chudamani. You will come to know that verse. Where three types of people. Jada buddhi, then jidnyasu, and then siddha. Only three. So there also he, says that he is not completely ignorant. At the same time, he is not realized person. The middle one. Who wants to know that truth. And who is ready to walk on the path of spirituality. So he is the adhikari of this book. For that matter, all the books studied by such people only. Those who are mumukshu. So adhikari is there, prayojanam is there, sambandha bodhya bodhak. The truth will be revealed by this book. So this is the bodhaka. So anubandha chatushtaya. Over adhikari vishaya. Subject matter. Now as the name suggests, subject is Vivek between Drig and Dirshya. Now see, Vivek also is of different types. You must have studied different Vivek. Like Jada Chetana Vivek, we separate sentient thing from inert. Then Karya Karana Vivek, cause and effect. Then Sad Asad Vivek, discrimination between real and unreal. One who has got this buddhi of Sad and Asad, capacity to differentiate between Sad and Asad, he is known as Pandit. In chapter 2, Bhagavan Bhashyakar, when he writes commentary upon 11th verse, Ashochananva Shochastvam, in that Pandit verse comes. And who is Pandit? Not that who does puja. Nanu Shochanti Pandita. One who doesn't grieve over, all the things. And there he says, Sad Asad Vivekini Buddhi. Panda Buddhi Vidyate Yasya Sa Pandita. So that is Vivek, Sad Asad. In Tattva Bodh you must have studied Atma Anatma. What is that line? Tadanyat Sarvam Mithya. What is that? Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka. Nityam Vastu Ekam Brahma. Tad Vyatiriktam Sarvam Anitya. So like that, various types of Vivek have been pointed out. In our day-to-day life, we discriminate between very gross, tangible things. This is book, this is watch, this is table, this is this. This is buffalo, this is cow. This is potato, this is tomato. So it's gross. This is black color, this is right. To small baby we teach. Red color, yellow color. And you have to, to all these babies, they say, when you go to school, and the teacher asks, you have to reply correctly. Then only you will get admission. In the house, that baby replies properly, but there is definitely. So that Vivek is gone because, tension. So, discrimination. See, discrimination generally sometimes, it has got that negative tone, You should not discriminate between man and woman and rich and poor. But in spirituality, discrimination doesn't mean that way. Separation. So here, Vidyaranya Swamiji takes up this inquiry and teaches us how to separate Drig from Dirshya. Now we will read first verse, okay? So we will start this. And tomorrow you will get book, so you will get the verse. Rupam Drishyam Lochanam Drig. Tadrishyam Driktu Manasam. Drishyadi Vrittaya Sakshi. Drigeva Natu Drishyate. Rupam Drishyam Lochanam Drig. Tadrishyam Driktu Manasam. Drishyadi Vrittaya Sakshi. Drigeva Natu Drishyate. Now, if you read this first verse, you will not see any word where salutations or prostration is there. Generally, text begins with some invocation verse. Mangala Charana, it is called. Namami, Namaha, something. Like in Tattva Bodh, Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnana Pradam Gurum. Mumukshudamitarthaya Tattva Bodho Vidiyate. But here there is no salutation. So somebody said, oh, Vidyaranya Swamiji has forgotten or what? See, here one word is there and that is enough. And that word is Sakshi. Have you seen this Sakshi word? Dirshya Vrittaya Sakshi. Sakshi word represent Paramatma. In Vishnu Sahasranam, Sakshi word is there or not? So you will have to start Vishnu, Vishnu, Vishnu. Suddenly you cannot ask like this. But I remember, Jivo Vinahita Sakshi. So Sakshi word comes. The name of Bhagavan. Then in Bhagavad Gita also Sakshi word comes. Gatir Bharata Prabhu Sakshi. Nivasa Sharanam Surat. So just mentioning the name of Bhagavan is like he is remembering Bhagavan. Mangalacharan. There are two types of Mangalacharan. I think you have heard. Vastu Nirdeshatmaka Mangalam and Namaskara Rupa Mangalam. Have you heard these terms? We are just Nirdesh, Vastu Nirdesh, only remembrance. So here only Sakshi word is there. So that is enough for Mangalacharan. And other Mangalacharanam is where word is there, Namami, etc. Namaskar Rup. Achha, why we remember Bhagavan before doing anything? To make it auspicious. There are purposes of, different purposes are there. To make the thing auspicious. Second, to express our gratitude to Bhagavan. That whatever I am doing, it is because of your grace. And that is truth. And third thing is to reduce our ego. Ahankar nivrutyartham. This Mangalacharan is done. Okay, so Sakshi word is there. Now, I will just tell you the word meaning and then tomorrow we will discuss in detail. Rupam Drishyam Lochanam Drig. He says, inquiry, we must begin with this point, that Rupam is Drishyam. Rupam means form, different forms, color, whatever I am, perceiving, that is all Rupam. So that is Rupam and Lochanam Drig. What is the instrument by which I am perceiving? So the Lochanam, eyes. Eyes are the drashta or seer. And Rupam is seen. So one pair, seer and seen. Rupam Drishyam Lochanam Drig. Now he says, if you think more about your Lochanam, your eyes, you will come to know this Lochanam or eyes, they are seen. And who becomes the seer? Manasam. Druktu Manasam. Tad Drishyam. Tad Drishyam is Lochana Drishyam. Tad represent Lochanam. That Lochan or Netra or eyes become the seen thing, seen object. And by whom I am knowing this seen eyes? So by mind. So mind is the seer. So see, starting from root to sense organ. From sense organs to mind. Okay, so mind is there. Now if you look at mind, Dirshya Dhi Vrittaya. Dhi Vrittaya means thought modifications. Mind is nothing but full of thoughts only, thought flow is mind. Vrittaya is plural. Millions and trillions of thoughts are passing through it. So mind is full of thoughts only. Now, if you focus on mind, you will come to know that mind becomes the seen object. Because everybody experiences that, yes, I know which type of thought is coming. Now I am feeling sleepy. Now I am very energetic. Now I am enthusiastic. Some people say, don't talk loudly, anger is coming. So all these thoughts become seen, Dirshya. Mind can be observed, can be seen. So Dirshya, Dhivruttaya. Dhivruttaya or Dirshya. And now who is witnessing mind? Who is seer of mind? So Sakshi. Sakshi is the seer of mind. So like that, as I said, journey from known to unknown. From gross to subtle. So Rupam is gross, subtler than this sense object is what? Sense organ. Netra. The netra also I know that there is some defect in my eye. I am not able to hear properly. So mind becomes the seer and sense organs become seen. And then again if I concentrate on my mind can be seen. See, very interesting it is. Mind is being observed by whom? By me. But instead of saying me, here Vidyaranyana Swamiji is Sakshi. He has given word Sakshi. And Sakshi means what? Witness. Now somebody asks, who is the seer of Sakshi? Since the seer of sense object is sense organ, and seer of sense organ is mind, and the seer of mind is me. Now who is seeing me or Sakshi? He said, Drig eva na tu drishyate. Here journey end. There is no seer of Sakshi. Sakshi is the final seer. Drig eva. This Sakshi never become objects of perception. He is always remain a subject. Okay? So this is the word meaning of this verse. And in very first verse, he takes us to Sakshi. Direct. Like in T20 match, in the first ball only they hit 6. So Rupam Drishyam Lochanam Drig. Tad Drishyam Druktu Manasam. Dirshya Vrittaya Sakshi Drugeva Natu Drishyate. Now there are so many words and therefore lot of thinking is to be done. Seer and seen. Drig Dirshya. Tomorrow we will see. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om.